So next video, bro. I don't know if y'all remember, bro, but Friday, we was watching Big Craig, right? I asked y'all. I'm gonna just roll the clip.
Where she realizes that the bed is on wheels.
Yo, whoa! Wait, is that technically murder? Like, if she sat on one of her kids by quote unquote accident and couldn't get up, like, would that be murder, bro? I asked y'all, what would happen if Shorty accidentally sat on one of her kids? I said, would it be murder, involuntary murder? Like, what would that happen? And somebody commented on my video and said, sadly, a mom had sat on her 10-year-old son. So I looked up the video, bro, and bro, we got 340-pound foster mom punishes her son by laying on him until he dies. Bro, like, chat, for this video, bro, no jokes. Let's take this serious, bro. So, all that being said, bro, let's peep.
Dakota Levi Stevens was born in Muster, Indiana on October 21st, 2013. His closest relatives called him Levi, and his younger sister called him...
I hope this is not, bro. What's the name?
We must do a moment of silence at the end.
Facts. Can I get an R.I.P. Levi? Is Levi the one that she sat on, bro?
13. His closest was born in Muster.
Hold on, run it back.
Dakota Levi Stevens was born in Muster, Indiana on October 21st, 2013.
Dakota.
His closest relatives called him Levi, and his younger sister called him Levy because she couldn't quite pronounce his name when she first started to talk. As most news articles refer to him by his legal name, we'll be doing the same moving forward.
Okay.
Now, by all accounts, Dakota
was...
and
it's like... bro, we're not even into this. I feel so bad because I already know what happened. It's just like, bro, like a little innocent kid. Like, he not even doing that. Like, he didn't even have his parents in his life. And the foster mom, the person that the foster home trusted to take care of him, took his life. Is so crazy.
He was an extraordinary kid. He was smart, creative, and passionate. He had brown hair, blue eyes,
like, what did he do that he needed that made her punish him?
Could light up any room he walked into. He had a big heart and strong opinions, and he wasn't shy about voicing them. His aunt affectionately called him a master bargainer because he could be very convincing. His former foster father said he could talk your ear off, and that he once talked him into bringing a cricket home so he could keep it as a pet.
I'm not going to shed a tear, but
his favorite foods were chicken nuggets and pizza. Dakota loved bugs, frogs, sharks, and being outside. He did a school project on cicadas and decided they were the best bug in the world. He also loved Legos, Thomas the Tank Engine, Minecraft, and Pokemon. He enjoyed reading and used his vibrant imagination to tell stories, sometimes even acting out the exciting parts. He liked Katy Perry songs and would often sing and do quirky little dances and perform, especially anytime someone pulled out a camera. He loved playing board games, and no matter the game, he was always sure he had won.
Bro, living a normal life, bro. Little buddy just cool, bro. Like it kind of hurt me seeing him smile, knowing what happened to him, bro.
Aunt said he gave his teachers a run for their money, but he was very smart. He loved math, and his favorite teacher was Mrs. Tarnowski. On February 22nd, 2022, she asked her class to write an essay imagining what they would be like in the future. Dakota's response gave a glimpse of his big personality. In it, he said, "When I am 22, I will live with Mrs. Tarnowski, my favorite teacher I love so much. I will be tall. I will have 100,000 frogs, a big leopard shark, 500 fish, 2 dogs, and 1 cat. That's what I want to be like when I'm 22 years old."
Every kid got that
Mrs.
one crazy thing they want to be when they grow up.
Dakota had big emotions, and he was always concerned with fairness and respect. While she was teaching him algebra, she said he was teaching everyone else patience. He told his relatives he was going to discover a new species of shark someday, and he practiced his wildlife biology skills by going on bug hunting expeditions in the backyard. In one picture taken by his foster father, Dakota holds a small snail in the palm of his hand and smiles, proud of his new discovery. His aunt said he loved to bug hunt.
What did he do?
He would
That's
tell all
all
the bugs
I'm here
when he
for,
caught
bro.
them,
I want to know what he did to make her do that.
I'm going to take care of you.
Dakota had a big family and many aunts. His aunt Anna Parrish Parker was there the day he was born. She said he stole her heart from the moment I held him in the hospital. A year later, his younger sister was born. For the next few years, his parents both struggled with substance use, and eventually it got so bad they were unable to care for their children. In early 2018, the Indiana Department of Children's Services placed Dakota and his sister in foster care for about 2 weeks.
Oh, wait.
They placed the children
He
with
got
their
took,
auntie.
like, CPS
She
took him?
loved taking care of both children. It said Dakota brought a lot of joy to everyone around him. At 4 years old, he was already showing signs of the energy and enthusiasm he had been known for. He kept her busy. She said his eyes popped open in the morning and he was a go, go, go. His passions were digging for bugs and playing outside with his sister. He was always happiest when spending time with his family. She said he was a good big brother who loved his sister tremendously.
WB,
This
bro.
love shone through.
Ah, he had a sibling? Ah! Bro, that just makes it so much worse, bruh. Dude, imagine having to tell, like, a little girl, bro, your big bro just... Bro, I couldn't do it, bruh. I could not do it, bruh. I couldn't tell her, bruh. I would have to tell him he was on vacation, bruh, and he just, you feel me? I couldn't tell it to her, bruh.
Pictures of the two siblings. Often they posed leaning on one another, sometimes with his arm around her shoulder.
Go back 40 seconds? Wait, what you mean? 1, 2... Wait, what happened? Wait, what happened? Wait, T-Money, why 40 seconds? What happened? What happened?
Loved his sister tremendously. This love shone through in pictures of the two siblings. Often they posed leaning on one another, sometimes with his
On
arm...
vacation is crazy? It's crazy, but it's better than telling her the truth. I would let her find out, like, as she got older, bro. I would not tell her the truth. I'm sorry.
Around her shoulder.
I couldn't do it.
Always
Somebody would have
with
to do
their
it for
matching
me.
grins
If
being
not, I'm
on
telling her he
camera.
on vacation.
While in her care, Dakota and his sister were required by DCS to go to therapy twice a week. They were still having scheduled visits with their parents twice a week as well.
She not finna believe that?
All of these
But,
appointments on
yeah,
top of the time
she
they
might.
spend at school, she
Because
said.
if he 10,
they didn't
she
have
probably like
time
8,
to be
7,
children.
something like that.
When Anna mentioned Dakota was struggling with behavioral issues at school, the department wanted to add even more therapy sessions. She didn't think making their schedule even more stressful would help, but she never got a chance to explain why. After almost a year in her custody, DCS had the children removed from her care and didn't even give her a reason as to why they would do that. Anna said, the judge ruled a removal from care on behalf of DCS, and I never had the chance to speak to the judge to tell them I didn't want the kids to have more therapy.
What?
At
Wait,
one
was
point,
that his
he
mom
lived
or
with
his
his
foster
grandmother, Melissa Mailer, but the department wouldn't let him stay with her either. She said, Levi
Wait,
was
why?
never traumatized until he got
Wait. Why they wouldn't let him stay with his
out of
grandma?
the system. One day, he woke up and nobody he loved was around him no more. He was only 5 years
At
old.
only
The
5?
next 5 years, Melissa, Anna, and other family members fought hard to get Dakota and his sister back, but they had lost them to a system that, as we know, all too often doesn't seem to have the children's best interest at heart.
Wait, I'm lost, bro. Wait. What was the reason they took him from his parents? Well, I saw they said, what? Chad, somebody feel, I'm listening, but at the same time, did they say lag? I'm lagging? Bro, say you swear I'm lagging. We good? All right. Chat. Wait. T-Money, we good? We good? All right. Chat, did they say the reason? I know they said that, I think they said the family wasn't fit to take care of him, but did they say the reason why? Why he couldn't stay with his peoples?
Explaining the situation, Anna said, our family had
That's
him
important.
and his sister taken from us by the Department of Children and Family Services back in 2019 for reasons we don't understand and weren't in our control. Him and his sister were kept from us despite many and multiple efforts to get them back. There wasn't a day that went by when Levi and his sister weren't on our minds and in our hearts.
Sometime around mid-2019, before his 6th birthday in October, Dakota and his sister were placed with new foster parents in Hammond, Indiana. Their foster father, Hayden Hetzel,
There wasn't a reason
said it
given?
was a
I didn't
difficult
think so.
but also very happy time. He was only
Wait,
21 years
wait,
old
hold
when
on,
he and
hold on. Wait, this who adopted him?
parents in Hammond, Indiana. In October, Dakota and his sister were placed with new foster parents in Hammond,
Okay.
Indiana.
Okay, so this is who adopted him. This is the foster dad.
Their foster father, Hayden Hetzel, said it was a difficult but also very happy time. He was only 21 years old when he and his girlfriend, Melena,
Adopting, wait. Adopting kids at 21? I swear it was like you had to be like 25 to adopt kids, though. 'Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm thinking like right now, like me adopting a kid at my age, bro. There's just no way, bro. It's just no way I can handle that, bro. Like, what are the qualifications to get approved for adoption? Cause you gotta be making some type of money, have like a stable home. There's no way they letting like broke adopt kids. Cause to have kids, you need money.
Blanchard became first-time parents to 5-year-old Dakota and his 4-year-old sister. Elena said Dakota was always hopeful, no matter how much he struggled. She said, "He was just a baby, but his personality showed from the day we got him. Even with all the trauma he'd been through, he still managed to see the good in things. He was troubled, he was hurt, but his soul was beautiful."
This stand, and I decided.
And adopting a 5-year-old at 21, that might be too much for a 21-year-old. I'm just saying. I know I couldn't handle that.
Stand over here, and it perfectly fits. And I even this is not a block.
Oh, he got a cool ass, but he cool as hell. Swing got the glasses, cool ass little Paw Patrol shirt on.
What is that? A Bella production?
Hayden said of the time, by no means was being a parent easy, especially at 21, starting with a 4 and 5-year-old.
Hey, Zamora, appreciate the tier 1 sub. Appreciate the tier 1 sub, twin. But he said by no means was parenting easy. So wait, this is what I'm confused. Did his girlfriend want the kid? Had to have. Because there's no, like, bro, a 21-year-old man is not adopting a 5-year-old child. Like, just like off the strength of them, bro. That's just not happening. So let me find out. The mom wanted the kid, and the mom is the one who ended up sitting on him. Like, come on, bro.
But parenting is never easy, and Hayden said Dakota never went to bed without asking for a hug and kiss, no matter how bad it was. We never went to bed angry or upset because we would reset the next morning and go to bed at least knowing we both still loved each other. Hayden said Dakota struggled with anxiety and mental health issues, and he had his moments, but he responded well to a little TLC. He said he never needed excessive force to be held back. I had him in his fits, and all he needed was to be heard, held, and sometimes bear hugged, and he would just melt in your arms.
Twin chilling with the cat.
Dakota and Hayden bonded quickly. He said, from the beginning, the boy looked up to him.
KingZayyy, if you were the judge, what would be the sentence you'd give the £600 life mom?
Bro. See, I want to wait to give my sentence, bro, because like it says she punished him. Cause like it would be low-key different if she like I said like in the last video, bro, like she sat on him by accident. But I still gotta wait to see what is the reason she sat on him, bro. I gotta wait.
He never
I gotta
didn't
wait, then I'll
call
give you
me
my
dad.
answer.
He was always like, "Dad this, Dad that, let's go on a walk." At his new foster home, he kept his tradition of bug hunting and loved playing outside in the yard. Pictures from this time with Hayden show a happy kid coloring, drawing, posing for the first day of first grade, building with blocks and Legos, and playing with his sister. He also spent time with his foster grandparents, Sabrina and Joe Hetzel. One year, Grandpa Joe even dressed up as a Yeti so Dakota could find one for Halloween. And Hayden got the boy's initials tattooed on his ankle.
In September of 2021, Dakota's biological father, Dakota D. Stevens, passed away from complications of his struggle. Dakota's biological father, Dakota D. Stevens, passed away from complications of his struggle with addiction.
Oh, that's why. So the little boy got took away because his parents was on drugs. Okay, now it makes sense why he got took away from the parents. Okay,
Dakota's biological
that's
mother
one question
also
answered.
relinquished her parental rights.
Okay, and the mom didn't want to be his parent. Okay, makes sense.
Hayden and his family were trying to adopt Dakota and his sister, but the situation soon got complicated.
They told you that from the beginning? See, I was listening, but I wasn't sure I heard the correct thing.
Hayden's personal circumstances changed. He explained on social media, 2.5 years and some really weird, unfortunate circumstances and instances that happened to us that made me have to walk away initially at the time of adoption. A single dad at that point, and not having help while working 16 hours every day would not have been the life for them.
Damn.
However, he
16-hour
emphasized
shifts?
that even though he wasn't able to adopt the kid on his first attempt, once he was able to overcome the unfortunate circumstances, he tried again to adopt Dakota. DCS and the courts would not let him. Hayden said
Jeez.
he was always loved, and not for a second did we not want him. We wanted him to be safe, healthy, and loved. After the adoption fell through, DCS removed the children from Hayden's care, and Dakota was placed in a mental institution in South Bend, Indiana for treatment. He and his sister were split up. She was adopted by a family, but once Dakota was released from the treatment program, was once again shuffled from foster home.
Oh man, so him and his sister got split when they went to the
Dakota begged for a
foster
while
care
to come back because he felt safe and happy at our home. In October of 2022, Hayden and his parents, Grandpa Joe and Grandma Sabrina, were able to bring Dakota home for a week. But after that short time, a judge denied the placement without giving them any reason or explanation whatsoever.
No
As we've
reason
seen
is
in countless
crazy.
cases, DCS hides many of their actions behind privacy laws, meaning
No reason
the
is
public
insane.
and even the
I'm
people
saying,
involved
Judge.
are left with more questions than they are answers. But during their short week together, Hayden and his family were able to make more memories with Dakota. When it became clear they wouldn't be allowed to keep him, Hayden told the DCS officials that the ideal placement for Dakota would be in a home where he was the only child. He said he was thriving in an environment with no kids.
What?
Hayden posted about his time as Dakota's
Is he
father,
telling you
saying,
this?
I have and will continue to love you with every part of my heart. I hope the time that I had you, I was able to show you what a good man should be. And I hope you took and lived each day like it was your last. Your memory will live on, and I will make damn sure everyone knows you, knows your story, knows the wonderful human being and soul you were. I'm glad I got to take you for your first real haircut last year at the barbershop. I'm glad I had you for the almost 3 years that I did, and the 1 week that I had you last year. Thank you for the laughs, the cries, the sleepless nights, the endless memories, your excitement and passion for anything that you did and put your mind to amazed me.
It's not exactly clear where Dakota spent the
Hashtag
next
forever
year,
10.
but reports say he bounced between staying with relatives and foster care. Another
KH,
aunt, Nicole
got motion,
Rubalcaba,
what's good,
had
gang?
custody of him for some time, but
I wonder how he
DCS
felt when he found
removed
out he
him from
passed.
her care
I think
as
that
well.
was him finding out he
Wherever
passed.
he
I'm pretty
went,
sure.
and despite his struggles, he was always doing something creative. In early 2024, he started making paper boxes and selling them for $2 a box.
What's
He
with
sold them to
hustling?
Aaliyah Stewart, who he knew from a local youth center. But along with her box, she said she got much more from the young entrepreneur. She said, he held me to my accountability when
With this
she
video,
missed
if
her
somebody
range
feel
pickup
little twin
time,
in, KH3.
leaving her a stern voicemail message. He also talked her into downloading a free version of Minecraft. According to one of his relatives, he always dreamed of starting his own business, and this project was one step down that path to making that dream come
Judge
true.
lame as hell, bro.
He was staying with one
I know
of
the
his aunts
judge
in
feel
April
bad
of
after finding this
2024
out,
when he
bro.
moved yet
The judge
again,
probably
this time to
can't
Liberty
sleep at night
Township,
after this.
in the home of Jennifer Lee Wilson and her.
This is the murderer. Wait, hold on. Why my soundboard not working? What the hell? Oh, there you go. There you go. This is the murderer, bruh. Yeah, bro. All right, so this is the culprit, bruh. Now all we need to know, bruh, is what made her do it. What made her do it, bruh?
Husband Robert Wilson.
Somebody said that's 700, not 350. Yeah, bro, that's a lot of weight, bruh. On a kid, on a 10-year-old, dude, that's a lot of weight, bruh.
Robert worked as the principal of the nearby Lake Ridge New Tech Middle School. The couple became licensed foster parents in 2017 after completing what DCS described as the required training and education required to achieve and maintain licensure. The couple had adopted 3 children they fostered, and according to Jennifer, they were ready to stop
I'm recording on my OBS just in case we lag.
fostering. But they
So
knew
all right, the couple had 3 kids. Take notes, chat. Dog meme, please. Oh my goodness.
Dakota because they had provided respite care for him a couple of years earlier, which means they took him for a short time so his caretakers could have a break. So despite their plans to stop, they decided to take him in. And despite Hayden's suggestion that they find Dakota a home where he would be the only child.
So ex-foster dad. Okay, so ex-foster dad suggested that they find him a home where he's a only child, and yet they ignored his other foster dad and put him with 3 children. Well, 3 total. Okay. I'm listening.
DCS decided to place him
There's
with
a
the
lot of
Wilsons
information.
and their 3 children. On April 5th, 2024, he moved into their home on Falcon Way in Valparaiso, Indiana.
Though all of his foster parents admitted he could be a handful sometimes, Jennifer painted a much darker picture of Dakota. She said he had, quote, verbal and physical aggression issues.
Verbal and physical aggression issues. All right, we getting into it, bruh. What does that mean? Was he cussing her out? Was he trying to hit her? Like, what does that mean?
Though it is hard to imagine that she found him physically intimidating because...
I'm saying, bro, he's 10! He's 10!
The 10-year-old was a small, slight boy who weighed only 91 pounds.
10? Wait, how much?
Dating because the 10-year-old was a small, slight boy who weighed only 91 pounds.
Bro, 10 years old, 91 pounds, bro. What is he really gonna do to her? What kind of damage could he possibly do to her?
Jennifer was
intimidating is crazy.
According to her driver's license, she stood 4 foot 11 inches tall and weighed 340 pounds.
Wait.
Shawty was an IRL bowling ball, bruh. 4'11", 340, nigga? Oh, hell no. I ain't gonna lie, bruh. Life in prison, bro. Life in prison, bro. Life in prison. Bro, 340 pounds sitting on top of a 91-pound boy. Life in prison. No parole, bruh. No parole, bruh. No parole, bruh. No parole, bruh.
April 25th,
that's beyond BBB,
Jennifer said
bruh.
Dakota woke up agitated because she had told him not to run in the house while playing Nerf guns with the other children. She told all the children they could go outside to play once they finished their chores, but she said Dakota refused to complete his. As a consequence, she said he wasn't allowed to play outside, but he said he was leaving and went outside anyway. She said he had not done this before, so she planned to give him about 5 minutes to, in her words, cool off. But when she went out in the backyard to confront him, she realized he had run away.
He ran away?
Down the street, Dakota was talking to a neighbor. He asked the woman if she would adopt him and asked...
Oh, nah. Dakota said, you know what? You! He already knew she was up to no good, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Bro, how bad do you have to be for your foster kid to run away from you and ask the neighbor to adopt him? Yo, Dakota moving. Yo, he moving diabolical, bro. That's how you know she was up to no good, though. That's how you know, though, bro.
Asked her to call the police.
Or maybe he was just mad. But probably both. Probably a mixture of both. He probably been feeling that way. He probably been wanting to run away. Because you don't just run away after one inconvenience. No. It's a build-up, bruh.
Yes. He said his current foster parents hit him in the face and didn't let him call his caseworker.
What? Hit him in the face? In the face?
Concerned, the neighbor looked for signs of CA, but said she didn't see any injuries on his face or any other areas she could easily observe. While they were talking, Jennifer drove up in a car and asked Dakota to get in.
Oh, nah. Bro, I want to say, Dakota, please don't get in, but I guess we know what happened, bruh.
Refused.
Oh,
The
he
neighbor
refused.
told her she was worried something was wrong because Dakota asked her to call the police. Jennifer told her to mind her own business because she didn't know what was going on.
What?
Eventually, unable to get help, Dakota got in the back seat of the car and Jennifer drove him back to the house.
No!
Pausing here to point out that the neighbor who was just trying to help might have inadvertently made the situation even more tense. If you tell
I
a
know
regular
she did
parent
by
that their
accident,
kid
though.
asked you to call the police, they're like,
Nigga, if a kid asks you to call the cops, call the cops! Bro, what, like, bro, I'm not going, bro, what, bro? I wish a kid would run to me and say, somebody hit me, call the cops, and I'd just be like, this lying. Like, bro, what? What? Does that make sense? Why would he lie about that? Even if he is lying, bro, I would still call the cops so the cops can handle the situation, bro. There's no way I'm letting him get inside the back seat of Shorty car. There's just no way. There's just no way.
to be embarrassed. But if you tell a complete monster the same thing, you risk making them even more angry.
Yeah, bro, yeah, I know that made her, yeah, he pissed her off with that one. That might have been the final straw.
And putting the child in even more danger.
Oh,
Now,
man.
back at the house, Jennifer said Dakota wouldn't get out of the car, so she got out and opened the back door. She said he acted up by screaming and telling her he was going to leave. She said she isn't exactly clear about what happened next. She said she wanted to get him.
She isn't clear. Okay. Okay, go ahead. What if she isn't clear? Let's see what she says happened.
Under control and keep him from leaving, but she isn't sure if she tackled the boy.
Wait.
340-pound woman tackled a 91-pound boy? What the is wrong with her? And what do you mean? She's not sure if she tackled him or not. How don't you know if you tackled him? Run it back, bro. Run it back.
Him under control and keep him from leaving, but she isn't sure if she tackled the boy or if they fell down accidentally.
Or if they fell down accidentally. Bro, get out! Bro, what?
Somehow, they ended up on the ground and her heavy body pinned him beneath her for more than 7 minutes.
Bro, 7 minutes? Chat. Bro, imagine 7 minutes with a 340-pound person on top of you, bro. Bro, that's not, bro. I mean, and he's a kid too. I don't even think a grown man is surviving that, bro. Dude, that's like a boulder chilling on top of your chest.
She runs to McDonald's.
Bro, she's not. Bro, this is insane.
The Wilsons' home had a Ring video camera installed, and the camera captured the altercation in several clips.
Oh, what did the
She was
camera
able to
see?
speak to her husband through the Ring camera, and the video clips were sent to his cell phone. The
What did
first
the camera
20-second
see?
clip showed Jennifer sprawled across Dakota's head and neck while he screamed
Head and neck? Oh my goodness, bro. 340 pounds on your neck?
and flailed. Around this time,
Oh, bro, that was, bro. I'm just thinking, bro, that might have been.
Y'all think she could play left guard for Kansas City?
Bro, chill out, bro. Bro, that might have been one of the most painful deaths a kid could ever experience, bro. 340 pounds on your head and neck at 10?
Jennifer used her phone to FaceTime Dakota's caseworker. She kept
And she FaceTime? Bro, she's FaceTiming while on top of him?
her body on top of the boy during this call. She was holding the phone with one hand. She could only support herself with her one free hand. Caseworker tried to calm him down but had little success. Likely because Dakota
Calm him
knew
down,
he
bro,
was
he's being suffocated!
After her call to the caseworker, she used the Ring doorbell to speak to her husband, telling him Dakota was having one of his days.
What does that even mean, bro? What does that even mean?
The next
One of
20-second
his
clip,
days.
she was still on top of him, but she seemed to be resting some of her weight on her right arm and elbow, which was planted on the ground. At this point, Dakota was still moving and able to scream, but his efforts began to fade. By the third clip, he had fallen silent and gone still. His arms were stretched above his head.
Bro.
Jennifer was still on top of him, but she had moved down his body and was laying across his hips. This clip was longer, lasting 6 minutes and 48 seconds. During that entire time, Dakota doesn't move at all. The next clip either had...
It's like, bro, I don't want to see the video. But it's like, you know, they're being so descriptive. I'm imagining in my head of what happened. This is bad, bro. Like, this is bad, bro.
had changed position. She was still crushing him. He wasn't moving. She claimed she thought he was faking it.
Chat, how much time y'all giving her in jail, bro? How much time? Bro, there's no way she said that, bro. That would have made me mad. I would have switched cheese her, bro. If I was Buddy, bro, what's his name? The ex-foster father, bro. Once I heard faking it, I would have crashed out, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Dude, I would, bro. There's no way she said this, bro.
He stopped trying to get away. The fifth video clip, Jennifer had hoisted herself up on...
Nigga, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. There's no way. There's no way. She hoisted herself after all that time? Is actually getting me mad. So you're telling me this entire time she could have picked herself up? Like, this genuinely got Bro, there's no way she took a little boy life on purpose. She hoisted herself up. There's no way. There's no way. I would have crashed. I would have crashed. I would have crashed right now. I would have crashed right now. What? There's no way. There's absolutely no way, bruh. Dude, run it back. There's no way he just said that.
He stopped trying to get away. The fifth video clip, Jennifer had hoisted herself up onto one knee. Dakota was motionless beneath.
She hoisted herself up to one knee. She could have done that the entire time.
Her face down on the ground. She rolled him over. She noticed his eyelids were pale. Finally realizing he was unconscious and unresponsive, she screamed his name several times and asked one of her children to call 911.
Dude, this is pissing me off, bro. This damn near done turned into a try not to get mad.
I was laying on him. He was acting bad.
Bro,
At some point
10
during the
years
altercation,
young,
a
dude.
neighbor noticed what was going on, and she started CPR on the boy.
It's
a
too
firefighter
late.
who lived nearby heard the call and ran to help, taking over the CPR. At around 3:37, police and EMTs arrived in response to a call about a medical emergency. When they arrived, Dakota wasn't breathing, and he had no pulse. They noticed bruising on his neck and chest.
Jesus.
Paramedics rushed him to Porter Memorial Hospital, and from there, he was airlifted
How
to
you
the
gonna
larger
sit on his
South
head
Bend
and
Memorial
I'm saying they yell at him to wake up? Like, bro, you see, bro,
Hospital,
I can't
where he
believe
was
this,
placed on
bro.
life
Like,
support.
dude, there's no
But
way
he'd
this
been
is
without
real. Like,
oxygen
bro,
for
tell me this
too
is a
long
fake
and
vid.
couldn't
Tell me this
recover.
is like a movie.
2 days later, on April 27th, he was taken off life support and pronounced dead shortly after.
Chad, let's get us a little, bro. R.I.P. Levi, bro, a little. Like we said in the beginning, bro, I want a little moment of silence for Levi, bro. I'm gonna send one up for you, twin. Like, bro, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy, bro. This is despicable, bro. I'm not gonna say this is worse than what them Preds be doing, but bro, this is up there, bro. This is up there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, bro. They better have gave her life, bro. Like, bro, I damn near like electric chair, bro. Like, this is, dude.
Police said Jennifer looked visibly distraught. They took her statement, but they didn't arrest her. The next day, she sent them the Ring video footage from her husband's cell phone. Based on their actions, police treated her more like a witness rather than a murderer.
What?
Relatives were told that Dakota had suffered a medical emergency, but weren't given many details.
They gave her 6 years.
There's no way. There 6 years? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no. You're trolling, bruh. Bro, you're trolling, bruh. There's no way, bruh. 6 years? 6 years? Bro, she sat on here for 7 minutes. 6 years?
DCS officials first said that neither his family members or his former foster parents could even attend his funeral because he was a ward of the state. Understandably, they were heartbroken, angry, and afraid that they wouldn't get a chance to say goodbye to the little boy that they loved.
On April 29th,
Bro,
his grandfather, George
it's like,
Stevens,
bro, this
posted
sounds like a
desperate cry for
movie,
help
bro.
on social
Like,
media.
there's no way this is real
Okay,
life.
Facebook people, I need help. My grandson, Dakota
At
Levi
this point,
Stevens,
get
was in
Batman on
DCFS custody.
VHS.
Somebody,
My son and his
bro.
girlfriend lost custody and gave up their parental rights. We just found out that my grandson
She's
is dead.
almost eligible for parole.
Oh yeah, this was. Oh yeah, they said this was 2022. So damn, she almost free.
Any help through DCFS.
There's no way they give her parole though, bro. Bro, I'm gonna react to this whenever her case pop up in 6 years. What is that, like 2027, 2028, something like that? Bro, we gotta react to this again. There's absolutely no way they can let her free in 6 years, bro.
Or
There's
information.
no way. There's
First
no
of
way.
all, there's nothing on the news about it. And supposedly, whoever was taking care of him.
Bro, she don't even look like she give a she put on a little fake frowny face like she don't care. I mean, I get it's her foster kid, not her actual kid, but bro, I don't see no remorse in her. I mean, it look like she been crying. She got the baggy eyes, of course. But bro, is she only crying because I don't like her, bro.
or possibly going to adopt him somehow,
7 minutes, 7
suffocating
decades,
him
that
in the
would have been
process of
more.
getting control in
That would
some
have been
type
way
of
better.
fit that he was having.
She was 7. Matter of fact, if she can sit on that little boy's neck for 7 minutes, bro, how about we have a 600-pound lifer sit on her neck for 7 minutes? An eye for an eye, bro. She gotta know how that feel, and then after she knows how that feel, we gotta put her in jail, bro. Like, there's no way you can get away with doing that and not have that get done back to you, bro.
He ended up going to the
She
hospital.
only crying because she going to jail? Exactly.
Put on life support. Found out that he was brain dead. They pulled
Have
the plug
somebody
and
like, cause what's 90, whatever, cause she was what, like 3-4 times her weight. Have somebody 3-4 times her weight sit on her neck, bro. Make it 1,000, yeah, just times her weight times 3 or 4,
can't get
bro.
any
And
information
find that
to clear
person and just let
any
her
of
deal
this
with
up,
that.
or to be able to attend my grandson's funeral through the DCFS office.
My fault.
Relatives reached out to local news outlets searching for answers. A week after his death, Hayden told reporters he still had no answers. 2 weeks later, one of his aunts told reporters, "We have not heard anything from the police." Eventually, DCS officials changed
Police
their mind,
covering for her?
allowed the family to attend his funeral. The department released a public statement through their spokesman, Brian Hindman, who said, "Our entire staff is heartbroken by this news. DCS works with stakeholders and partners across the state to investigate the death of a child anytime there is suspected violence or neglect, and will take the appropriate action." He said that Jennifer and Robert's foster license had been put on hold. After
You have to
review,
get a license to be a
substantiation of
foster
CA,
parent?
it could be revoked.
After the department's change of heart, his family was allowed to plan his funeral, which was held on May 6 at the Geisen Funeral Home in Crown Point.
Ah, man, bro.
His family set up a huge inflatable shark over the driveway outside
Hey, W festivities for the funeral, though, bro. W festivities.
of the funeral home in honor of the boy who wanted to discover a new species. Mourners walked through the shark's open mouth on their way to the entrance. Inside,
Damn, bruh.
family members
Ain't
set
gonna
up
lie, bruh.
pictures
I
of
would've,
Dakota
bro.
as
Let
well as
me
his
have
favorite
moved back
Thomas
at
the
that
Tank
time, bruh.
engine
I for sure
trains.
would've popped through, bruh.
School
There's just
projects
no
and
way.
things he made were
I
displayed on the
would've
wall.
popped through and showed support
A
to
large
the
Lego
lady.
creation sat on each side of his blue casket. Over 100 people attended his service, including his favorite teacher, Mrs. Tarnowski.
Always favorite teacher.
She said she had
too.
learned a lot from him, and that knowing him and
W
seeing how
teacher,
he
man.
handled his struggles helped her accept traumatic experiences from her own life. She said the love he shared with his family was his greatest
Love
strength,
Cage, is that
saying,
you? You changed
"I've
your
heard
username,
many
twin?
bad things about what happened to this child. He told me all of it, but it was never about his family. Dakota was his own hero each day, and the reason for that was the foundation from his family. I just need you to know he loved you too, every single day."
One of the truly special things about Dakota was his ability to stay optimistic no matter what he went through. His aunt, Nicole Rubokova, said, even if he battled
twin
stuff,
out.
his kid's heart truly was
Twin out,
not
just have
made
a
for this
plan, bro.
world. He taught me so much, he truly did. And I didn't think a kid could teach you stuff like that. At his funeral service, Aunt Nicole told a story from the time he spent with her.
Chill out,
About
bro.
3
That is
days
not
before he was
blackface.
placed back in foster
know if he was
care.
trying to be like
She
a
said they
Ninja Turtle
sat
or
down
like
and
a-
had a talk.
a
She told
karate
him,
warrior.
"Promise when you
Hey,
make
bro,
it out
you
of
a
the
beard on
system,
him and
I
all."
just want you to tell me everything you make with your Legos." She said he agreed, and that the two of them touched their thumbs together to seal the promise. It was a way for them to both keep their spirits up while they had to be apart. It wasn't the way she hoped for, but she said in a way Dakota kept the most important part of his promise.
What was the
And
promise?
over at his casket, she said, "He came back to me. He made it out of the system." Later that day after his funeral, a vigil was held in his memory in the Eagle Ridge subdivision where he died. The vigil was organized by Monica Jimenez, a resident of the community who was also a relative of Dakota's foster father, Hayden. The vigil was held at the community playground, and residents hoped to raise money to put up a plaque there in his memory. More than 100 people attended. Dakota's name was spelled out in silver balloons tied to the top of the swing set. And everyone ate pizza, one of his favorite
They not letting
foods.
his name go
Attendees
unrecognized,
lit candles
bruh.
and held up the flashlights on their
W
cell phones
community,
during a
man.
moment of silence and
Real
prayer.
talk.
Many wore black t-shirts with a photo of Dakota on the front and "Justice for Dakota" on the back. Hayden told the gathered crowd,
Hey, bro, I
"I
feel
don't
like
know
Dakota,
if
my
anybody
little
knew
bro,
Dakota,
like, so,
but
bro,
Dakota would have
we
loved..."
23 minutes in, like, I feel like, bro, I just lost my little bro. I bro look like he was just, bro, he just a normal kid, just living life, bro.
Everybody
Of course,
being
little
here
kids gonna have
together. He
attitudes
would
and
have
things
talked
of that
your ear off
nature,
the
bro.
whole
But like
time.
to do that to
Hayden's
him
mother
is
Sabrina
so
spoke of holding
crazy.
DCS accountable, saying, "We're heartbroken over the events that took place. We're here because we want justice for Dakota. There needs to be changes. A child lost his life and it was senseless. It was a system that was supposed to protect him, and it failed.
Though they were able to lay Dakota to rest, his family and foster family still didn't have answers, and no one was being held responsible for his death.
That's crazy.
On May 20th,
That's
Foster
insane.
Hayden posted the following on social media. It read, "How is it that the smallest infraction of a crime, whether it be driving without a license or petty theft from a store, those people get charged and taken in right away? But the murderer of a 10-year-old boy is getting swept under the mat."
Swept under the mat? Wait, you telling me she did that and they didn't take her right to jail? Wait.
25 days. Say it with me. 25 days.
25 days and she was chilling free like nothing happened? No. What?
Since the murder of Dakota Levi Stevens. 25 days later, and his murderer is walking free.
That is crazy.
Near the end of May, Dakota's aunt Ava Parrish felt like she had to do something. So she started a protest calling for justice.
Yeah, there's no
At
way.
this first protest,
There's no way
she
I'm
wanted
going for
police
that.
to charge Jennifer with a crime, arrest her, and lock her up. She missed her nephew and said, "The days of us being reunited will never happen. It's really hard on my daughter, and it's been really hard on my
This is why
husband.
people take
That's
matters-
why
they
we're
had
out
to take
here,
matters into
because
their own
he
hands,
doesn't
there's
have a
just no
voice.
way.
We have to be his voice." When the family still didn't have the answers next month, she held another protest in late June.
Yeah,
She and
bro.
other members of his family,
better
along with
believe,
supporters,
boy, we not
gathered at a
stopping.
busy
We
intersection
not
on
stopping.
Indiana 149, carrying signs and bullhorns and letting the public know that Jennifer had messed with the wrong family.
Investigators say the death of a 10-year-old boy in foster
they
care
got
was
this
a
junk going
homicide.
global.
Dakota Stevens died back in April, 2 days after he suffered what was described as a medical emergency at his foster home in northwest Indiana. An autopsy determined that he died from mechanical asphyxiation, which is when an object or
Forehead,
physical
that's
force
forehead.
stops someone from breathing.
Forehead,
No one has
stammer,
been charged
right?
in Dakota's death. Authorities say they are still investigating.
In July, the St. Joseph County Coroner's Office completed the autopsy report. Dakota's cause of death was listed as mechanical asphyxia, which happens when an object or physical force stops a person from breathing.
And,
This-
an object. Imagine being so big, bro. They refer to your body as an object. This is insane.
Case, the
This
weight
is
of Jennifer's
insane.
body literally stopped him from breathing. His brain had severe swelling
Bro,
because he
they
had
acting
been
like Shorty
deprived
not
of
human,
oxygen
bro.
for an
Like
extended period
they
of time.
literally acted like a boulder just fell out of the sky on Buddy. No, it was a person.
He also had suffered organ damage and hemorrhage from his liver and lungs. His manner of death was ruled a homicide. July 12th, Jennifer was charged with reckless homicide, which is a
Right,
level
yeah.
5 felony in Indiana.
So the level 5 felony. I don't know how high felonies go. I'm not a criminal. But level 5, is that high enough, chat? Reckless homicide? I didn't know that was a thing though. Let me, because somebody said she got 6 years. I want to see how many years do people usually get for reckless homicide. Reckless homicide. There's no way, bruh. Okay, hold on. I'm looking this up. Sentence years. Sentence years. I think 1 is the biggest it goes down to. So high. Wait. Reckless homicide, you can only get a maximum of 10 years. Or it said, or even life imprisonment in some cases. And she only got 6? Reckless homicide class D is punishable by 2 to 12 years. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right crime for this though, bruh. Because reckless, like I said, reckless would be accident. But bro, she literally got up after 7 minutes. She sat on one knee. Like, dude, this was not an accident.
One step up from the lowest level felony possible. If convicted, she would serve a maximum of just 6 years in prison.
So that's probably because it's Indiana. Indiana is only up to a max of 6.
Now, if you remember earlier cases we've covered in Indiana, you might remember that they have credit time laws. What this
Credit
means, to
time
spare you the
laws.
details, is that if she was considered a model prisoner, she would only need to serve half her sentence.
What
Meaning,
does that mean?
she would only serve 3 years for killing Dakota.
Wait.
Around 1 p.m., officers went to her home.
3
and
years?
didn't find her
How did we just go from 6 to 3?
there. She was out
What is a model prisoner or a model? What did they say?
town and had left the state. The warrant for her arrest went out. The next day, a license plate reader captured her car in Berrien County, Michigan, just north of the Indiana border. The evening of July 13th, the deputy there located her vehicle, arrested her, and held her on a fugitive of justice warrant. She was extradited back to Indiana and held on a $20,000 cash bond, despite obviously demonstrating that she was a flight risk. Her case was assigned to Porter Superior Court Judge Mary DeFore. July 17th, she made bond with help from her family and was released. She returned to her home on Falcon Way. According to posts made by Dakota's family, her next hearing is scheduled in August.
In August? When does the video come out? Our next video is what? Oh, so August 2025, I'm assuming.
Jennifer has yet to be convicted of a crime. She is considered innocent until proven guilty
early
in a
release
court
for
of
being
law.
good.
We'll be sure to keep an eye out for updates when and if they become available. Dakota's family, including his army of aunts, are furious that she only faces a maximum of 6 years, and they also want to hold DCS and Jennifer's husband accountable for their part in their murder. They have created 3 petitions online at the change.org website and are
Department of Children accountable. Yeah.
asking the
I ain't gonna lie, we gonna sign this, bruh. Hold on. I'm gonna wait till the end. They got a link in the description, bro. They got a link. Join our Facebook group. Let me look it up real quick. Hold on, baby. Throw it in there. Department. If somebody can find it, throw it in Discord or throw it in chat, bro. Hold on, let me see. I'm trying to find it real quick. Dakota petition. I can't find it, bro. If somebody end up finding it, bro, just throw it in chat. Or throw it in Discord, bro. I for sure got to, bro. I got to do something.
public to sign in support. One of the petitions asks the department to provide more training for foster parents to prevent similar deaths in the future. It says, more comprehensive classes should be introduced focusing on child psychology, trauma-informed care techniques, and emergency response skills, among others. The second petition asks Lake Ridge New Tech Middle School to remove Robert from his role as principal, since he is a mandated reporter and got no help for Dakota despite seeing the incident via video call. The school released a press release that said,
the school knew something was
no
going on at
charges
home?
are filed against Mr. Wilson, nor are any anticipated. Lake Ridge New Tech Schools has not received any reports that would cause suspicion about Mr. Wilson's qualifications as an educator to ensure the safety and security of Lake Ridge students. While we understand that the legal proceedings affect Mr. Wilson's family, Lake Ridge will continue to monitor these proceedings as any determination is made related to Mr. Wilson's.
To be honest, this might be dumb. I feel like they should have a license you need to be a foster parent. They do. Remember they said earlier, they said after that situation happened, they revoked their foster parent license. So you have to take some type of class. But just because you take a class don't mean you're not going. Well, I guess they wouldn't expect you to do this, but yeah, she got her license too.
Wife. But Dakota's family disagrees, saying, Lake County, Indiana deserves school principals who are genuine protectors of children's safety, not those who will willingly turn a blind eye to CA. The last petition demands more serious charges to be filed against Jennifer, charges that would result in a harsher penalty than 6 years.
All right,
they believe that Jennifer was acting intentionally and she knew her actions were harming the boy. They said, it seems the system, yet again, failed to protect Dakota. We believe that Wilson's charges should be elevated from reckless homicide to manslaughter or even murder.
I feel like that would be more fitting, bro.
They were lethal and appeared
minimum manslaughter.
After they found out that Jennifer had been released on bond, some family members protested on the sidewalk outside of her home, chanting, justice for Dakota.
Good night, Chip. All right, Chip. They all out. They all outside Shorty crib. Sheesh. Imagine. Oh my goodness. I mean, I get, you know, you got to protest outside Shorty house. I couldn't imagine being the neighbors, though. But honestly, if you the neighbor, you understand, though. You understand. Honestly, I imagine probably some people in the neighborhood are outside doing this. Oh, man. W protest. Yo, bro, pause the video. I got a question. Hey, go ahead and say what you got to say to him. Jobless behavior. I can't even say the jobless behavior to him because, bro, 6 years, bro. Somebody, if the state not gonna do it, bro, you gotta make it. You gotta try to make them. This is the only thing they can do. It's not like they can just walk down. Like, I mean, they could walk down Shorty and just offer, but this is like peaceful protest, so you can't even blame them for doing this. You feel me? It's the only thing they can do. Then they would be the bad guys. Facts. That's what I'm saying. Like, if anything, when they gotta go murder for hire, they gotta do a little dirt. Because you gotta think too, though. You just imagine just walking down Shorty and just offering her, but you got kids at home. You feel me? So now you can't even take care of your kids at home because you did a stupid decision. Now you in jail. You feel me? Like, it's the only thing they can do. Tripod 20, I cannot follow you, man.
Aunt Ava is also still holding monthly protests. Most recent one, they held signs that featured a QR code that linked to the online petitions. Family also printed yard signs that feature his image. They're asking community members to display them to raise awareness. Mary Snell, one of Dakota's many cousins, joined in the protest. She said, "Our voice is his voice now." She took his voice away. That's all we're trying is to be his voice.
Damn, they all out. Wait, it's not even her house anymore. What is this, like her job? They outside her job?
Anna, the one who held him the day he was born, and one of the many aunts who loved him unconditionally, wants everyone to remember the Levi she remembers. The little boy who was so full of life and love. In a post online, she said, "You matter, Levi, to me and to all that loved you. We can't stop, won't stop, not until justice is served, not only on earth, but in the afterlife too. Not until you are remembered for all you are and all you would have been. You must be remembered for the strong and brave person you were. You were so much more than her victim, and I will not let you be remembered as that. Remember, he was brave enough to seek help. He was intelligent enough to do all he could to get help and try to prevent
so
this.
Bad, bro.
At times, I feel like his identity is being lost. Yes, we want justice and a more appropriate charge and sentence. Yes, we want DCFS.
After a kid tell you they got hit in the face, bro, whether they capping or not, bro, you gotta call the cops, though. Come on, neighbor. I'm not blaming the neighbor, but come on, neighbor. Neighbor.
Held accountable, too, for their part in his homicide and
all
their nonsense actions.
Business,
but most important to me, I want his memory and legacy to live on. A lot of the information out there focuses on what happened and the facts surrounding his death, and focuses on the monster that took his life.
This is your first
While I'm
time
grateful for the coverage, please keep in mind, he was a person, a 1 in a million kid. He was a son, brother, grandson, nephew, cousin, friend. He was loved and always will be. How many news stories or TikToks or YouTube videos take more than a second to mention him as a bright and loving kid, mention his IQ or his interests, or how much he loved his sister? How many have truly covered him as a person and not a casualty? Levi was and is more than a sensational reaction to violence and abuse that has been legally happening for years. Please, I ask, when you speak his name, don't speak it solely as a victim or a statistic. Speak it full of life and love, just as he was in his short life. We will keep shouting your name, Brother Bear. You live on in all of us. Keep his name going, not the person who took his life, I choose to remember his smile and his laugh, his Levi ways, not the ugliness. I miss you so much, Levi, so much, and think of you and your pirate smile all the time. You should be here, but I take comfort in the fact you are in heaven and you're free, my baby, free from all the bad and ugly in this world. Keep flying high. I take comfort in all the little signs you are still near. Keep them coming. They keep me going. I will hold you in my heart until I can hold you in heaven.
Man, R.I.P. Levi, man.